Am I really going to wear pajamas at church today? What are they going to think? I'm a minister after all. Aren't ministers supposed to be like proper? Aren't we supposed to like dress professional? Aren't we supposed to have an image of like this person who is like ascended master? I can't believe I'm going to do this. I can't. What will my colleagues think? They might laugh at me. But I spend a lot of time telling my own congregation, it's more important to be yourself, your true God self. So am I going to do it? Obviously. What better way to model exactly what I'm talking about? But believe me, I'm not without those thoughts that I just have with myself. You like my M&Ms? These are well-loved pajamas, much like the Velveteen Rabbit. I've had these for a long, long time. I had to check and make sure they weren't too threadbare before I chose them. This whole message today about taking off the masks is about being real. It's about understanding who we are. And if you're new here, when we say who we are not talking about the labels. We are not talking about the identities. We are not talking about the experiences that we've had. We are not talking about our professional persona. When we talk about being ourself, what we really mean is God's self. The part of us that is created in the image and likeness of the power that is more than we are, and at the same time, all that we are. So anytime you hear me say our real self, that's what I mean. I don't mean what you do for a living. I don't mean your educational status. I don't mean the experiences that you have used up until now to define you. And what I notice about myself and about most students of a journey such as this is we set out to learn and we set out to grow spiritually. And we take courses, and we read books, and we listen to messages, and we are inspired by so many things, usually with the idea in mind that as we grow spiritually, we are going to get better. I get it, because I did the same thing. I'm going to get better. What I know is that my life is getting better, but what typically is the path that I see, and that I know that happened for me, is that I'm not getting better. We are becoming more ourselves. Our God selves. We are becoming more of who we are meant to be to begin with. And so if you have the idea in your mind, I need to get better, I ask you to change that. And say, no, I don't need to get any better than I already am. I need to become more my God self. And with that, everything else is added. You've heard that before, I think. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else shall be added. This includes yourself. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, says, I have an inner understanding of my place in the universe. Do I? I know that it is unique. Most of us would agree with that, at least in our head. The divine has not incarnated in anyone else in just the same individual way that it has in me. I am unique and forever individualized. When I say we know that in our head, I think that every single person in this room on some level would say, yeah, of course I'm unique. I'm an individual. And yet it's interesting to me how much we struggle with it. Maybe you don't. But I spend a lot of time talking with people and counseling with people and teaching people, and I find this to be a recurring theme that people struggle with. Yes, I'm unique, but what are they going to think about me? Yes, I'm unique, but I shouldn't have said that. Yes, I'm unique, you have our things. Yes, I'm unique, but we have all these buts. So it seems like on one level we know it, but on another level, living it can be a struggle. See if this resonates. This is called the paintbrush. I keep my paintbrush with me wherever I may go, in case I need to cover up, so the real me doesn't show. I'm so afraid to show you me. Afraid of what you'll do, that you might laugh or say mean things, or I'm afraid I might lose you. I'd like to remove all my paint coats to show you the real, true me. But I want you to try and understand. I need you to accept what you see. So if you'll be patient and close your eyes, I'll strip off all my coats real slow. Please understand how much it hurts to let the real me show. Now my coats are all stripped off. I feel naked, bare, and cold. And if you still love me with all that you see, you are my friend, pure as gold. I need to save my paintbrush though, and hold it in my hand. I want to keep it handy, just in case someone doesn't understand. Feels vulnerable, doesn't it? I feel naked, cold, and bare. There's no other way to express it better in church than in my PJs. Because I don't think being really naked would really be appropriate. If you resonated with any part of that, past or present, you're probably just a human being. Because on one level we want to say, I want to show you the real me and all of me. But on the other hand, you might laugh at me, or I might lose you. How many relationships stay glued together by that paint? I might lose you if you really see the real me. Most of us have been there at some point in our life. But if you have to be somebody else to keep the relationship, is it really a supportive relationship? You all know the answer to that. The question is, from the thinking about it to the living it, isn't it? We can say it, yeah, I got to be the real me, I got to be vulnerable and authentic. And then there's that part that says, can I really do that? Can I really do that? Can I really stand in front of my congregation in my PJs? Can I really, fill in your own blank, you know what it is. Parenthesis disclaimer, yes, there are times when it's probably better and more beneficial to hide a few things. I'm thinking like work environments. Sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you need to keep your opinion to yourself. I'm not saying be so brazen that you bowl people over. That's, of course, there's times. So just keep that in mind, parentheses. Yes, I get that. But I'm talking about the close relationships. I'm talking about the times that we put the masks on, that we hide ourselves. Can everybody think of at least one? If you can't, let me just say the word family. Now you can, can't you? Sometimes that can be the hardest because those are the people that we are so close to. And on the one hand, we want to just be ourselves. On the other hand, it's like, will you withdraw your love if I'm not exactly what you want me to be? It's all questions for us to consider. If we're going to strip off our paint, are we willing to be a little bit vulnerable? The turning point for me was in a book I read in 1990. Perhaps some of you have read the book. It's by Terry Cole Whittaker. And the book is called What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. What you think of me is none of my business. The place where most people get stuck is we make it our business. What someone else thinks of us, we make it our business in a big way. Or else we wouldn't be afraid. We wouldn't be one bit afraid of what other people thought if we didn't make that our business. Really take that title. What you think of me is none of my business.